What's really good, YouTube? It's your boy Moody, and we're here for JBA Season 4 Finals! Yes! We made it! Or not Season 4, damn! Whoa! Season 4. Season 3 Finals! We're here for Season 3 Finals, and we're playing a very, very tough opponent in the King L5, coach of the Oakland Roseraiders. What's it called? Both me and him had the best record in the league going into this, and little bit of history. We're actually 1-2 in JBA wins totals. In JBA play, I think we're like 2-2. It's like he's beaten me twice, I've beaten him twice. I did beat him in Season 1 Finals, and he did win Season 2. So it's a battle of the champions, I suppose. He's a really good battler, and he's got a really scary team. Let's see what he's got. He's got the Kirim, the regular Kirim. He's got the Azu. He's got the Mega Pidgeot. He's got the Doug Trio, the Milk Tank, and the Chandelure. While on my side, I got Weeder Repulsa, rocking out with that. I think I'm rocking Max HP, Max Defense, Calm Nature, I believe. Then we got the beautiful Crank Anchors, rocking out with Knockoff U-Turn, Defog Roost. And then we have Westchester, the Sneasel, with Ice Shard, Knockoff, Icicle Crash, and Low Kick. And then we have JSA, the Virizion, the Choice Scarf Virizion with Stone Edge, Zen Headbutt, Leaf Blade, and Close Combat. And then we have DBS, the Lantern, with Max HP, Max Special Attack, rocking with Scald, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Heal Bell, with leftovers too. And then we got Mega Charizard X, with Max Speed, Max Special Attack, with Flamethrower, Toxic, Roost, and Ancient Power. You heard that right, Ancient Power. One of the reasons I put Ancient Power was because if I get the boost, that's fucking amazing. But also the Mega Pidgeot, the Chandelure, which is Flash Fire, can really fuck me up. Even the Kirim doesn't really want to appreciate an Ancient Power, nor doesn't want to appreciate a Flamethrower either. But basically the Ancient Power was just to like maybe get a boost on something, and really to hit the Chandelure hard. I mean, I was thinking about running Earthquake, but I didn't. I felt like Special was a better set because I feel like he would have expected. Well, I don't think Zard was actually the right play for this matchup, but I wanted to bring it, just to try things out. He has a lot of good answers to like a lot of my offense, a lot of good defensive and offensive answers. He's definitely got a really, really cool team. Even the mons he didn't bring, like he's been known to bring like a lot of mons and use a lot of mons very well, like mons like Stunkfish and like fucking and like mons like that. Plus he also had a Weezing, so I didn't want to like Flare Blitz into the Weezing and like take like Rocky Helmet damage and like have it do like some like Weezing shenanigans to be honest. I think I realized I didn't say the Crest set. I made a note in my head when I was going over the team, but Crest is leftovers with Sub, Psychic, Moonlight, and Sub, Psychic, Moonlight, and Toxic. Yep. So looking at his team right off the rip, I think Crest is the best lead, and then from Crest we can kind of go from there. I don't think he's going to lead Chandelure right off the rip. That'd be kind of risky. And if he wants to lead Chandelure, I could just switch into Mandibuzz. Like Mandibuzz eats that shit up from Chandelure, especially the set I'm running with Max Special Attack or Max Special Defense and Max HP Impish. My team doesn't have that great of answers to Mega Pidgeot, so Mega Pidgeot I'm gonna have to take that out early if I want to succeed or take it out in general. Hurricane is a very tough move to deal with, and especially it being no guard, it is guaranteed to hit 100%. And Mega Pidgeot's got a really nice speed tier. I think it's like 120 or 123 or something weird like that. Very just great mon in general. So let's get into it. I'm going to lead off with the Cresselia, and he's going to lead off with the Mega Pidgeot. So I don't think he's going to stay in right here, so I decided to Toxic right here. Yeah, so he does U-turn. That doesn't do that much. So I decided to drop a Toxic on the Milk Tank. It's not the greatest thing to Toxic in the world because it does have the heal bell, potentially have the heal bell, but it is what it is. I decided to go for substitute right here, just in case he wanted to go for heal bell. He ends up toxicing me, so I don't know if this is like necessarily like a misplay, but it kind of is on my part. I should have just sub turned 1, and because I didn't think he was gonna stay in, because he could have hurricane me and I could have thunder waved him, and the Mega Pitch he got thunder waved isn't, severely hampered. But I probably should have sub turn 1. That's kind of like make a misplay turn 1 shit. But yeah, I mean, in retrospect, I probably should have. But what are you gonna do, right? So he's racking up toxic damage. I'm racking up toxic damage. He goes up to stealth rocks. I decided to psychic just to see what this thing is. That does a lot. I'm not running any special attack, so that's kind of good to know. He goes for the milk drink. He reveals that. I just reveal the moonlight, and then I'm like, yo, I'm not taking any more of this shit. I think I decided to switch here too. Yep. So we both switched. He switched into Mega Pidgeot. I switched into Crank Anchors. That's also good to know because I don't think, like, I didn't think he had them. I didn't see what his fourth move was, like, overall, but in the match. But, like, just judging by it, but I don't think, like, at that point in the match, I was like, maybe he doesn't have that much to break this sub. So maybe he's like more of a support milk tank, like fully support. So I live a hurricane. I make this thing to live 2 hurricanes, and get these hazards up out the paint. I go for Roost right here, and then he hits the hurricane and confuses me, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, no, this is awful. This is not looking good right off the rip. And then of course I don't break through confusion and I take damage, and I'm like, fuck, this is not good. So this thing is gonna die right here, unfortunately. So one of my biggest answers to Mega Pidgeot is dead. Not great. So I go up to this. He goes for the U-turn. I expected him to go for a U-turn right here, and I decided to fire off a Scald just in case he wanted to trap me with the Dugtrio. I go for Scald. He goes in Karam. Perfectly fine play. I know he's probably going to Earth Power right here, but I need to get Cresselia healthy. So I just Heal Bell off the team. This thing isn't really doing that much anyway. Maybe it could take one Hurricane and like Volt Switch out, but what are you going to do? But I get this healthy again, which I really needed. It does a lot. It does like 32, but so relatively a lot. I go for the Moonlight here to get just back up to full. He's taking more toxic damage. He goes for, I double out. So I doubled out here into Weapon X, the Charizard, because I figured he was going to get up rocks, or he was going to eventually get up rocks with this Milk Tank, especially coming back in. So I was thinking to myself, okay, he's going to get up rocks, which is, it is what it is. He's going to get up rocks. But I want to get off the Mega before he gets off rocks, so I only take up 25% instead of 50%, or however much it is. But I didn't want to take 50% coming in, so I was like, I need to go into Zard right here, and just fuck it, risk getting toxic. If he had gone for Stealth Rocks right here instead of Toxic, that would have probably been better in my favor. But he goes for the Toxic, perfectly fine play on his part. I have to get off the Mega so he can't get up Stealth Rocks. He goes up Stealth Rocks right here. I lose a little bit to toxic damage. This is not looking good on my part. Now I can't take a Hurricane at all. I just let the TBS die, and he goes into this. I go into Reader Repulsive just in case he wants to like belly drum or do some shenanigans like this. I go for the sub. He goes for the Waterfall. I'm like, okay. And then I go for the Moonlight right here just to see how much Waterfall will do, and it does about 36%. So I know I can live another one. I just decide to Toxic him right here. And then I decide to go for Moonlight on this play, I believe. Yeah, I go for Moonlight. What I should have done well, I was thinking about subbing right here. Sorry, I was thinking about subbing right here, but I decided to go for the Psychic. I wanted to go for the Psychic because I was actually not 100% sure if he was going to go for the Heal Bell right here. And I did not want him getting off a Heal Bell for free. So I decided to go for the Psychic. Probably should have gone for a sub. Tough play. What are you going to do? He toxics me. I go for sub right here. I don't think he has much to break this sub. But he can stall me out with Milk Tank and toxic stall me out. This Milk Tank will die too, but just judging by like the complexion of like, I don't think he actually had heal bell, but I wasn't sure during the match. He might have, but I just go for another psychic, and he has facade. Zoomer see, like, that's what I'm talking about. That's why it's hard to prep for L5, because he has like shit like that. But I was like, oh, that's cool. He even told me, he was like, yo, ready for this heat or something like that during the match. But I go for Moonlight, and then just get some health back. I think right here I'm like, all right, cool. I can't keep on losing toxic damage, so I go to this. I scare him out right here, because he might have the close combat, but I decided to go for Stone Edge. So I picked Stone Edge because if you look at his team, Kirim doesn't want to take a Stone Edge, Mega Pidgeot doesn't want to take a Stone Edge, and Chandelure doesn't want to take a Stone Edge. And I mean, like, I forget where Azu is at this point, but like, I don't think that wants to take 2 Stone Edges. I am Choice Scarfed, so I will outspeed his whole team. Yeah, except for maybe like Dugtrio. I'm not 100% sure. No, I'll outspeed Dugtrio unless it was like Scarfed. But I go for the Stone Edge, and it does a shit ton. It does like 77% to Chandelure, and I'm like, yes, we got the predict. Things go in our favor. And in order to like run this game back, I really need to put in a lot of work with Virizion and need to hit Stone Edges. But your boy misses Stone Edge. JSA, no! For those who don't know what JSA means, it's Justice Society of America. They are the old-ass Justice League. They are like the 50s version of the Justice League that they come back into like Justice League timeline, and they're like in their like 80s, 70s. So of course they miss a Stone Edge because they fucking can't see. And I'm like, fuck me, right? He goes for the flamethrower right here, and I'm like, man, I lost this game. So I was like, shit. So I just I'm trapped, so I just go for 2 Stone Edges, and then I go into Westchester Sneasel, just the Ice Shard. Yeah, so this is Azumarill. Can't live 2 Ice Shards plus Toxic, but game's over at this point. He goes into this, and Ice Shard, it doesn't kill, and he gets crit right here. It's crit doesn't matter, but I just go into this, and Mega Pidgeot just cleans up from here. Kind of unfortunate with the Stone Edge miss. I don't think I would have won anyway, but it would have been, you know, it would have been closer. It would have been maybe like, it would have been at least a 4-0, if not less. I really needed to put in a lot of work with that Virizion, and need to hit all the Stone Edges and like get all the predictions and close combat and all that in order to win. But it is what it is. It's Pokemon. I mean, at the end of the day, we lost the finals, but we made it to the finals, you know? And we finish the season. What do we finish the season at? 6-3, I believe. So happy about that. It's my 3rd winning season in the JBA. 2nd time I've made finals in 3 seasons, and I think in every season I've won 6-6-6. So shout out to 3-6 Mafia. Yeah, definitely good game to L5. He's a very great battler, good dude, makes good content. Definitely I'll definitely put his link in the description below. Make sure to drop a sub if you don't know who he is. Great battler, good dude. And I'm happy that if anybody was gonna pass me in JBA titles, it's him. So if you're watching L5, good game, man. Until next time, Moody Claws